part 2 of Calling in a New Life. Go back and watch part 1 if you feel like this might be for you. It's not telling me details yet about the viewer, but I will ask so you can know. See if we can get you some hints on if this is speaking to you or not. But if you watched part 1, you already know. If part 1 resonates with you and you say, oh, is she talking to me? Then keep watching and find it. The next step that you have. So again, I was getting like there's a difference between action steps and kind of inaction. It's like in your case, it's not inaction, but it's being still is more important than the action steps for today. The being still that you are required to do today is there's a putting to rest of some lies. I feel like this is, it's like I'm getting like final nail in the coffin. Lies can be just, it's not necessarily like someone actually outwardly like lying, but it can be some kind of deception or some kind of misconceptions as well. It feels like there's a confession, like you are enacting a confession, but I don't think it's so much a confession of like, oh, I told a lie, but it's just like a revelation of the truth, revealing of truth. And it's coming as a huge relief. It's like finally this final nail in the coffin is achieved, and you've had to do it very in a soft and quiet way. This could not have been a splashy confession or a splashy like revelation. It had to be done from a place of being still, where it's perhaps even just a coming to realizations within yourself and like coming to clarities and stuff. But I do feel like there's some final, like it's the last straw. Like I'm finally speaking the last straw of truth or something like this. You have a virtuous sense of responsibility where you take pride and joy in taking care of your responsibilities. And you have an intention for this like new life of yours, for it to be like blessing. I'm getting like blessings, a blessed life, #blessed. And because of this very pure, true intention that God knows your soul in this, and like your heart and your intentions and your virtue. I keep getting, God knows that about you, and it's helping to propel you forward. You are learning to ignore intrusive thoughts, and instead turning to God in either prayer or meditation or walking outside, something like this. You've developed some practice that helps you instead of letting your intrusive thoughts control your mind. You turn to God and let God take away that like fuddledness or whatever. And a detail here, I don't know if this has happened yet for you. This might be just happened. It might be happening like now or soon, where there's some small job opportunity. This can be like so many different things, but the viewer should know that these little job opportunities are kind of evidence that this is all true, that you're not crazy. Because God is saying, God is like putting some coins in your piggy bank and saying, you're not crazy, this is true. Okay? What else we got here? I'm going to pause for a second and pull out a few cards. So we have a king and queen here. We have kind of like a key to their happiness, or a key to their cups get filled up by each other. And for some reason, she's represented by a 9 and he's represented by a 7, okay? I don't know why. Their cups get filled up by each other, though. She's a 9 and he's a 7. But they make up 10. I know that that's not proper math, but anyway, the cards give me random stuff sometimes. Yeah. I don't know what this means to you, but it says she's a 9, he's a 7. They make up a 10. Okay? I feel like this is a bit of a joke from God telling you something there. There's something humorous about math, about small numbers that don't add up. I think she, or I don't know, one of them or both of them, or she gets really easy math wrong all the time, and she's like, 9 plus 7 is 10, or 5 plus 3 is 7. And this, it comes up because they count small things like minutes, or like I'm getting like macros or Weight Watcher points or something. This stuff, guys, little details that might click for people. But it's like when she counts how many minutes she has left on the treadmill or whatever, she gets it wrong. Okay, so a little detail there. Hang on, what else do they want to say? It says here that her trauma and his ego unite to cause intrusive thoughts and anxiety. So it's bringing up that it's almost like you get these two people together and they spin each other's anxiety. And then they spin each other's anxiety, and then they start talking about all these like visions of the future and hopes and dreams. And when they get to the place of like talking about hopes and dreams, you feel a sense of like you're no longer anxious anymore, because here's the thing. He really likes to plan, and he really likes to take action steps. He's this action step character. And she is really strong in mind in some way. And so it's like, how do they fix this spin of anxiety that they get into? They plan forward, and they plan a road of success. And it's like the yellow brick road, where they lay brick by brick the road to success, brick by brick. And they do this together, and they really even each other out there. So it's like their anxieties come together and create a spin. But then when they start planning together, it creates like an even road to success. And I'll end off here on this high note, because it says the plans that God has laid for you. Like, there's a Bible verse about this. You do not know the plans I have laid for you, or something like this, but God knows. God knows the yellow brick road. The yellow brick road is laid out for you. You just need to follow it brick by brick to the Emerald City. Shine bright out there.